I love your hair, Tiffany, by the way.
Thank you, Carl. You better be nice, 'cause I'm ready to take off my earrings and
We
swing
are
them
live.
right on you.
We are live. So
Oh,
hello,
damn,
Live.
I'm
We're live.
sorry, Carl. Thank you.
welcome
Oh, hey, everybody. Mwah.
live. So
What's up?
Scooby D2 is checking in. What's up, Scooby? Hope everything is all well in England. I think Scooby's in London. What's up, everybody? Oh shit, I didn't go live on. Let me go live on Instagram. I always.
That's important.
All right, that's all set. So
Hey, Instagram.
This is a guy.
everyone that's watching us on YouTube, Instagram, and also Facebook, thank you so much for joining us today. We have a lot to get to, but first of all, Tiffany, how was your trip to Atlanta?
Stop
Hey,
putting my business in the street. I'm always be fighting with you. And my trip to Georgia was
John.
amazing. Thank God. I want to say again, congratulations to my nephew, Sincere, for graduating out of high school. It was very good to see my family. You know, we had our ups and our downs, but I'm happy we back. My mother's happy. She was able to be with her great grandchildren and her grandchildren. So it's a blessing. So y'all, love your family up. Love your family up.
All right, Kevin, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Yesterday, I performed at the Black Family Reunion uh,
Oh, I
in
love that.
Maryland, and it was like a beautiful event, man. It was just like to just see so many people. It was I do a very clean show because there was children there,
Hmm.
and there were just grandmoms there. It was just like 300 people, man, just came to, and it was outdoors too, outdoor show, which, Carl, you know, outdoor shows are not the easiest shows to do, man, but it was just a beautiful thing to see all these people together having a good time in the park. And
Was this your first time doing this type of show with them, or you did this before?
no, it's my first time doing this Black Family Union. I've done several
Oh.
Black Family Reunions. So I've done the Black Family Union in Atlanta a few years
Mhm.
ago, where there was like probably 3,000 people. Then I done the Black Family Union in DC years ago. So I've been doing these for a long time. It's
Oh, okay.
this particular group that I worked for yesterday. This is my first time working for this group, but it was just a beautiful thing to see. I just was thinking about today, just all these people, you know, just together. It was no drama, just everybody loving everybody, and just
Yeah.
beautiful
Yeah.
grandmas and
Hmm.
uncles and aunts, and just all these people. Everybody didn't know each other either. You know, it's just like an amazing thing. It was called the Black Family Union get together, but it was a amazing
I
thing. They had
know
a
it
lot of
felt good for you. I know it
and the
felt good for
food
you to
was
be
the
around
food was
all those
amazing.
black people, huh?
The food was amazing. The food was amazing. Yeah, just being around good people. You know, it was just amazing. I mean, there was some white people sprinkled throughout the crowd. You know, and a few Asians sprinkled out, but it was called the Black Family Union thing. Was what it was actually billed as. But it was a good thing. So I did that yesterday. Then I actually visited some relatives in Maryland and drove my ass back to New York. I didn't get home till like 2 in the morning. So it was a fun day.
That's good.
Yeah.
What you doing, Carl?
I'm laying low, staying humble, try to stay out of everybody's way. This yeah, all I'm trying to
I
do.
I didn't listen. I didn't talk about that last incident. Carl, you always be getting yourself in some trouble.
Which last? Are you talking about with
Yes, I didn't talk to you. Remember, I wasn't online last week, so
right,
I couldn't get into details. But you always be getting yourself in
uh,
trouble.
you know, I can't help it.
I know.
I can't help it. So today we have several topics you're going to touch on. I wanted to touch on how the black MAGA crowd are so quiet. What happened to all those black politicians that love Donald Trump? I remember that guy that said, "Love you." Do you remember what that guy's name?
Oh, Tim Scott. Tim Scott.
And all the people who talk about how much they love Trump, very quiet. I mean, I could not go on TikTok during the election time and not seeing the black MAGA going crazy.
You know why? Because they're not on the payroll anymore.
I can't find any of them. I just find it very interesting.
That was cute. That was cute, Tiffany, and some of it's true.
Right, they're not on the
Some of it's true.
payroll anymore.
You know, I have a comedian colleague who's a black dude, comedian, big Trump supporter. And I was like the other day thinking, I haven't seen Alex Scott in a long time online, and I'm, so what the hell is it going? Because he's always there, he's like running off at the mouth about Trump being the greatest thing since, ice cream cones. But then I was like, I ain't seen the dude's post in a while. He's missing in action, Carl, Tiff, missing in action. Quiet as a church mouse.
They got what they needed from those are those token black people that they can just pick them up, give them a token, and they will do what they need to do. Scream on the corner, I love Trump. I want to lick Trump feet. Once he's in, you don't see them no more.
Yeah. Also, we're going to talk about, Kevin brought this to my attention. Apparently, Brian McKnight, the R&B, is he considered R&B?
Yeah, R&B, and I mean, he's one of he started out as gospel because he was one of the, I believe, original members of Take Six, which was a gospel a cappella group that was big in the early or late 80s, early 90s. Take Six was real popular. A cappella did gospel and kind of crossed over into the R&B charts with some of their songs. Take Six, but he's from that crew, and he went solo and had some amazing solo career. Amazing solo career. I'm a huge fan. I'm very disappointed in what's going on with him. We'll get into that, but yeah, just a big fan of his music. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so I guess what's going on with Brian is one of his sons passed away, and apparently his son, I don't know the whole story because
his name is Nico McKnight. Rest in peace, Nico McKnight.
Apparently he passed and didn't get a chance to say goodbye, and I don't know if Brian did not want to. He took it all the way to the grave. Bye to your. And listen, I'm gonna share something personal. My dad has not didn't speak to for like 10, probably 15 years. And when he was on his way out, he did not request to see her. We didn't want to hear from her. He told me, a few months before he passed, whatever you do, do not let her anywhere near my house. That's
wow.
So apparently, and I know what she did, and so I understood, and but a lot of people are getting on Brian McKnight, but sometimes some people do some horrible things, and they say blood is thicker than water, but I'm not sure if that's always the thing, because sometimes you can have some friends that treat you a lot better and they're a lot nicer, and they're there for you more than your own family. So just because someone is blood relative doesn't mean that they're, you know what I mean? But a lot of people believe that when it's coming to the end, you should forgive all, and I also share something else. I have two sons, and one of them, him and I are not that close anymore. Honestly, I have no idea why, honestly, but I still love him like I loved him when he was born, and I would love him always, and he knows that. But for some reason, we kind of, separated, and honestly, I have no idea why. But if he was ever in a case where he was he was ill or dying, or if I was ever dying, I would absolutely want to see him and let him know how much I love him, and that's never going to change.
And I think that's what people are expecting from Brian McKnight's situation. That
Kevin, I'm sorry. That was my.
No, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing that, Carl. Appreciate you opening up about that, bro.
Yeah,
that's why the show's here. That's what we call it, the Black Therapy Show, man. We're all here to learn and learn something from the show at times, and heal and open up about our personal stuff on the show. That's what we're here for, man. So thanks for sharing that, bro. And I was saying that's what people expect from Brian McKnight. They just, like what you just said, if you got news that your son that you're not close with right now was on his deathbed, you'd probably rush to his side And I think people are angry at we don't know the situation. We're all, outside looking in. We don't know what happened. Now Brian McKnight's online saying it had something to do with his ex-wife. But we just people are like, his fans are like, man, nothing should have kept you away from your dying son. You're Brian McKnight. You got SS, you got money, you got fame. You can get to your bedside of your dying son. You get lawyers, you can afford all the things normal people can't, and fight this ex-wife if that's the case, and get to the side of your son who's dying of cancer. So I think his fans are a little disappointed in that. And there's a lot of talk that he left this family, his first family, and moved on with a second family. And that seems to be what's going on. Apparently that's what everybody's upset about him. And he's in love with this new family and his new kids and a new wife. And old family is old news. And, F you. So
No, but
that
also he was putting a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths because his brother came up and he gave honor to his nephew, and Brian McKnight went online and went in on him. Like, again, I try not to get involved with family issues, but children are blessings from God. Okay? Nobody is perfect. You brought these children into this world. If this young man was going through his transition of passing away with cancer, that's serious. You understand? And he did posts hoping that he can be able to have some type of peace. And I pray that he got some peace within himself. But if his father didn't, he's going to have to deal with that for the rest of his life. He's going to have to deal with one of his children leaving this earth before he leaves this earth, and he didn't make peace. Now with his personal relationships, I don't know. I think that half these celebrities need to keep their personal business to themselves, because when we start to judge you or you do certain things that we don't like, you get mad at us. Don't put your business out in the street for us to judge you. And Brian McKnight right now is not in the right. He's not giving a good taste in people's mouths right now. Not with
Hey,
his
Tiff,
behavior.
I don't think it's the celebrity's fault. I think it's the American public's fault. I mean, I'm not
Right.
saying we personally. I'm saying America is obsessed with celebrities, obsessed with celebrity gossip, and we put these people on pedestals and want to know what's going on in their life. That's why the untalented Kardashians are billionaires right now, because people are obsessed with what they do when they don't do nothing.
And what I was about to say, what they do?
They don't do anything, but they are all billionaires from sleeping with famous black athletes and actors, and now, I mean, so people, it's just an obsession. I mean, we personally not obsessed, but I'm saying millions are.
Yeah.
That's why they have a brand.
Hmm.
That's why the Kardashian sister, who has no talent whatsoever, comes out with a makeup brand, and now she's a billionaire. The people buy it because she's a Kardashian. So my point is Brian McKnight probably don't want this to come out, but TMZ and all these other nosy ass things, and TikTok, every video on TikTok. I was strolling TikTok yesterday in my spare time, and all I saw was Brian McKnight, Brian McKnight, Brian McKnight, Brian McKnight. You know what I'm saying? And now we're talking about it. So I mean, it's.
Yeah, because his son made his transition,
But I'm
and
saying
it's sad.
now they're saying his ticket sales are slow at his concerts. People aren't buying ticket sales. I'm not 100% sure I believe that. I mean, it could be true. Um,
It probably dwindled, but you have a lot of people that salute toxicity. They don't have, like, you have people that feel like maybe this stuff is not true. We don't care about his personal life. We just want to hear his music. But it's all about how he's coming out and how he's talking and what he puts on his Twitter. This is why people are judging. It's like he don't care in our eyes, in people's eyes. He probably care, but I don't know. Like I said, we don't know. I don't know personally. I'm not a father. I don't know what happened, but I know, seeing a mother lose a child, seeing my
yeah.
mother lose my brother. That's it's just very hard. It's just very hard.
So let me ask you a question, because so you think this is going to hurt him professionally, Tiff? Like this is going to hurt his career? I mean, he's
I believe
he's
it.
a '90s R&B, big time R&B guy from the '90s. It's not like he's selling out arenas right now, anyway. But I mean, he's still working. He's still out touring, you know. But and he still has been artist. I mean, you know, he has some hits that people want to still hear. So he'll always be able to go to, you know, venues and get ticket sales because people still want to hear, you know, One Last Cry, which is an amazing song, by the way. You know, such a beautiful
No,
song.
he's gonna win some and then he might lose some. Now
Yeah.
look what's going on. I don't know if y'all know Tyler Perry came out with a movie called Straw. We need to talk about it next week. Okay, so y'all
Okay.
need to see it. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
And Sherry Shepherd is one of the artists, one of the actors that's on it. Now y'all know I'm not into Sherry Shepherd. I know a lot of stuff that she has done and the energy that she has gave me. You understand? So her doing this movie, she's doing awesome. She did an amazing job. I really salute her about that. But I'm not gonna forget about that other bad behavior. So with Brian McKnight, people are gonna forget about this thing about his son passing away, but people are not gonna forget either. You understand? They're gonna remember they're gonna be into his music. Like you said, they still gonna buy a ticket. This is gonna go away.
What I thought about yesterday when I was at this event that I performed at was the DJ played the song, the hot song right now,
Fans
with
and
the
boots on the ground.
Boots on the Ground, and everybody had their fans and was dancing to Boots on the Ground. So I said to the guy standing next to me, I said, 10 years ago, this would have been In the Step of Love by R. Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm at a function and that song was not played. And I was like,
What you
that
talk
song,
boots on the
all
ground
R.
or
Kelly's In the
R.
Step of
Kelly?
Love, R. Kelly's In the Step of Love is played at every black family cookout, function, whatever. But it wasn't yesterday. And it goes to what we were saying. R. Kelly is done. He's cooked. Like nobody's gonna play that song at their cookouts anymore, their picnics, their family function, the weddings. That
Mm-hmm.
song will be gone off. And that was always a song that you always knew was going to be played at these events, you know, these type of events. They're always going to kick that R. Kelly, where everybody get on the dance floor and start doing the thing, you know.
Step in the
But
name of
now
love. Yeah, that was my last dance with
it's
my
not
father.
anymore, right? So now it's
Mm-hmm.
being replaced with the Boots on the Ground song now, which is a great song. Everybody's doing it, man. But yeah, so that's what's being replaced. So I mean, so artists can lose their fan base by their behavior, right? That's my point.
Especially with reality today, everything is on social media now. So we are really seeing who really people really are. This is why we can't put these people on pedestals because they're human. They go through their own things. But I'm not gonna lie. You do something that make me feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna give you the side eye.
See, I learned to separate the two because I still listen to R. Kelly. I listened to R. Kelly driving home last night.
Right?
So he's on my playlist. You know, he's still on my playlist.
Carl, I think
I'm
it's
in,
him, Carl.
Uh,
no, it's not me.
I
It's you.
think it's you.
What do you think about what?
what?
That noise.
No, Carl, no, Tiff, that's you. Because when you talk, it only happens when you're talking. So how can it be me?
It was talking with you.
No, honey, it's you.
You know what?
It
You're not
was
gonna
happening
be.
with you, Tiffany. I don't know.
I,
I don't know. It was
It's
early.
you, Tiff. Because at one point I wasn't even talking. You were talking, and I can hear it.
Yeah. All right. Let's
It's
Tiffany.
okay, Tiff. We understand Boost Mobile's not that strong, but we'll work with you.
did you just say? I
I,
don't have Boost Mobile. First of all, I have Verizon. Okay. Second of all, I have the top of the line iPhone. You're not gonna sit here and disrespect me like that.
Tiffany, movie you're talking about.
It's a joke, Tiff.
I can't hear you, Carl.
Is Taraji P Henson in the movie you're talking about?
Yes, Taraji
Yeah.
P Henson is in the movie. First of all, Taraji P Henson does amazing.
Tiff-
She's an amazing actress. And
Tiffany,
Tiana Taylor.
When you pull back from your phone, it gets crackly. When you
When I
moving
do
close,
this,
well, that's good. But okay, going close. Let me and
testing
talk.
1 2, testing 1 2.
It gets well. See, it doesn't. I thought it was when you pull back, but it does start to crackle sometimes when you talk. But I know we kind of went off topic, or we're supposed to be talking about Black MAGA. But those of you who watch our show know we can go any direction, regardless of what the title of the show is. So just work with us. But I want to show you what this sister had to say about Tyler Perry's movie, which we're going to review. And since we're on the topic, and see if you agree with what the sister says.
Gee, let me guess. Another movie about a struggling black woman that can hardly make ends meet and doing the best she absolutely can to get by. Oh, look, more pictures of a black woman in distress. Probably her getting laid off from her no good dead end job on the right, and her dealing with being a single mother here on the left. And I can almost guarantee it's going to be some light skinned man at the end of the film that wants to be her man, wants to provide for her. She gets her life together, she marries the light skinned man, and they live happily ever after. Tyler Perry makes the same movie over and over and over and over again. His whole catalog is black women in distress. Period. There's nothing to his movies except a black woman in distress every time. And he has become a billionaire off of displaying black women in distress in every situation.
Is that true, Tiffany?
No.
No.
Um, you know, a lot of people that is complaining about this don't understand because they don't go through it. I have saw so many single mothers have one of that piece of instant that happened in that movie. I'm not telling the movie because I want y'all to go and see it so we can talk about it next week. And I want for our viewers to see it and come back and we can be able to talk about it. Um I'm happy that he dealt with black women with being single mothers. I'm happy that he dealt with mental illness because it deals with mental illness also. It deals with having sick children. Some type of black woman went through one of those situations, sick child, mental health. You understand? Everyone. So I'm to be honest with you, I have not watched a couple of Tyler Perry's in a long time because Tyler Perry can be dramatic. I mean, extra dramatic. But when he gets real, he gets real. I had to tell my sister to watch it, and she even said, "Oh my God, I'm so emotional." So, and she respected the movie. Like I said, Tiana Taylor did an awesome job. Taraji P. Henson is an awesome actress, period. And Sherry Shepard did a great job, and I don't even like her like that. And she did an awesome job. So definitely shout out to the whole team. Sinbad was in it. I mean, it was a lot of people in it. So you already know Tyler gonna bring in black actors that we ain't seen in a long time. Those are the things that he does. So again, y'all need to see it. It's called Straw, which is short for the last straw that just take you over the edge. Okay, you just can't take too much. I don't think it's just downing women. It's just giving an ear to what women go through being single mothers. So yeah, please, I want y'all to watch it. Y'all need to watch it.
All right.
And Tiff and Carl, let me say this real quickly. As much as we don't want to admit it, or people don't want to admit it, single moms are a big thing in the black community, unfortunately. I mean,
Yeah.
we won't want to admit this shit, but it's a reality. It's one of our realities. Like there's so many black people raised just by their moms, and
Mm-hmm.
I was raised by a single mom, Um, but so I mean, my mom was a single parent, is what I'm saying. So there are just lots of single parents out here. So when Tyler Perry does a movie, and if he's touching on single parents, it's not like we can't relate to it because
Right.
probably 60 or 70% of Black America has been raised by a single mom.
Yes.
That's a true fact,
Yes.
unfortunately.
Yes. And I wasn't raised by no single mother. I
Right.
had both my mother and father. So I saw outside these women. Then to be with my sister and see what she does with three boys on her own, a single mother, not one man, not nobody taking care of her, helping her. Nobody. So to see that, I'm glad that he's given an eye to it so people will look and respect what single mothers go through. Also, mental health. Nobody want to touch mental health. People can snap. Men can snap and women can snap. We need I'm glad he did the movie on it, and I tell everyone, please check it out. Check it out and give your opinion.
Well, let me also say, and I know a lot of people get on women with multiple baby daddies and having lots of kids and no father around. But let me just say this, Kevin, if you're going to agree with this. But a lot men lie to women and make them believe that they're going to be there for them. Right? They lie, and the women believe them. You know what I mean? And we as men, we convince women, I'm gonna be there for you. And right? So the women invest in these men.
Yes.
They
I,
lay.
I don't 100% agree with that, Carl and Tiff.
No,
I
you
think
have to. It happened to my
I
sister.
think some of it is
But
when couples break up, the man, and it's not a reason, there's not an excuse not to be a good father to you. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying sometimes a man don't come around because he's angry at the woman that he broke up with. And then a lot of times woman that he broke up with moves on with another man. So now you got another man who now has to deal with his girl dating a new man, right? His woman with a new man. And that is the hardest thing for a dude to deal with.
Yeah, I understand that what you're saying, but that's a different situation. But what Carl is saying is real because it happened to my sister. It
Okay.
happened to my sister. She has three sons. That's a lot of kids. Three boys from the same person. So yes, you can promise somebody that, and that's us women need to wake up on that also, because everything that a man will tell you is not. Sometimes it's not true. They will gas your ass up. You understand what I'm saying? And it's sad, and they need to stop doing that. If you cannot be committed and be that person which you told and portrayed to be, leave the person alone. Just say, I just want to have sex. Okay? I don't want a relationship. Just keep it real.
yeah, I mean, if these men went into a relationship saying, "Listen, I just want to be with you for a few years, and I'm a bounce," I don't think these women be having kids with these men.
What? Thank you, Paul.
I don't think no guy goes into a relationship thinking that nobody goes into a relationship thinking it's not going to work, Carl and Tiff. Everybody goes to a relationship, when you first get into a relationship, you start getting feelings for that person, then it's all fun and games. You're having good sex every night. You're compatible. If everything's going perfect and cool, and you like the same TV shows and everything's, you like the same food and everything great, and then life kicks in, and then now you got to deal with shit. And then if you ain't best friends and soulmates, then you're in trouble
But here,
because after all that other stuff die down, the only thing that keeps you going is that you're soulmates and that you're best friends. So, and if you don't have those two things going, then. So I think because no guy's gonna leave his best friend, no guy's gonna leave somebody that he feels is his soulmate, and no guy's gonna leave somebody that he trusts
so,
that's gonna have his back,
but
right?
what I'm saying, Kev, is so stop saying to women, "Well, why did you have kids with him? Why did you have all those kids with him?" You know what I mean? It's kind of like you're blaming the woman for having all those kids with a guy that wasn't no good. People are like, well, you should have known. You don't know if the guy is no good. So stop. I'm saying, I get what you're saying, but we can't put it all on the women who have all these kids because they believe that this was going to be forever. They believe, they put all their trust in this guy. So
They do. But this is why now I understand when your parents said, get to know a person. You understand what I'm saying? So you, as you said, can be best friends, soulmates, or whatever. You get to know a person. You cannot just go into, because I'm telling you, you'll think about it later on when it's too late and you done had kids with them. Like, I should have left his ass a long time ago. But us women, what we do, we try again, or we try to make it better or make up excuses. But no, you can't do that today. You can't. So this is a message for women dating. Get to know the person that you're with. You understand? Please be sure on who you're going to share egg and sperm with. You understand? Pick the right baby father and baby mother. I'm just
It remind
just
me of Mary J. It remind me of Mary J. Blige. I should have left your ass 1,000 times.
okay 1,000 times.
That's the serious lyrics right there.
Word. And I'm telling you, many we have been in situations where we were in relationships and said, I should have left this relationship long
But
time ago.
Kevin, we men, we paint such a beautiful picture of the future. Women can't.
Because because we really believe that. We believe that we don't. No man thinks he's an asshole. Every man thinks he's a good person, right? They go into a relationship. Oh, she's fine. She's sexy. She's hot. She's nice. I want to get to know her. I'm dating her. Everything's cool and great. Oh, I like her. Oh, I like the way she treats me. I like the way she makes me feel. You know, it just, like I said, life kicks in at that, and then
Paul, you kept
look,
it real.
everything wears off. That's why I said friendship is important. Being compatible is important. If you're soulmates, that's not something. Soulmates is something you know, that's spiritual. That's something that just happens. It's something that's not something that you can work on. That's something that just naturally happens when somebody's your soulmate.
And it's so well, I don't think
Because
a
I
soulmate
mean,
the way you do.
I mean, the car analogy, right? You drive a nice car, right? But then you be sitting in your Beamer or your Mercedes Benz, but then the guy pull up next to you in a Lamborghini, you're gonna look over at it, right? Go, "Damn, look at that nice ass Lamborghini."
Listen, we have so many people that are in relationships that they get along laying down. But as soon as they stand up, they fighting. Those are the relationships we gotta try to
Sound like you
avoid.
talking from experience there, young lady.
Listen, I have been through it. Listen, remember, I'm a hairstylist. You understand? I'm a woman. I went through it. I done heard my sister friends, my clients go through it. It's a story, and everything that Carl said is real truth. You lucky, you have your wife, you have the one you love.
Hey,
There's a lot of women that's what?
Tiff, I've been through 2 divorces before you turned 30 years old.
I believe you. I
Okay.
believe you. I believe everything, and I haven't even been married. Okay, I only have
Exactly.
children. So
I've been on my second divorce before you even turned 30. So I
look at
mean,
that.
so I've been through it too. Men go
But
through it
you've been
too.
through it on the man's side. So
And
again,
that's just as
Carl is
bad.
keeping it real. You trying to sugarcoat it. You know you done broke a lot of hearts. Or you done told somebody and gassed their ass up and then you wind up going somewhere else. So don't try to
That is
act like
true.
you
You know what? You are
you all
100%
light
right.
skin and
I
stuff.
can't even
Like
lie about it. Hey, you leave Elder Barge out of this. You are right though, Tiff. I have broke some hearts. And and it's just it's a sad thing when it happens. I mean, you broke some hearts, and women. Other than men break hearts too, Carl. I don't know if you have. I've broken some hearts. You know, I had some women cry on my shoulder. That I was leaving or moving on.
Yeah.
And it hurts. When you see somebody crying over you. Men are humans, Tiff.
you need to stop. I never said that y'all men wasn't human. I know that y'all human, but also us as when we getting into these relationships, we have to be on point. We now, especially today, we talking to our young people, or you have to be on point when you're dating people, and you also got to look out for mental illness. We are sleeping with people that got mental illness, anxieties, issues. You understand what I'm saying? And we're not recognizing it because we covering it because we never was taught that people do go through it. So that's my next thing. Please make sure the people that you sleep with don't have mental illness.
Well, Tiffany, that was your question.
Mm.
When do you know that this person had mental illness? Because you can have mental illness.
No. You're 100% right, but it's certain things that they do, like they don't like to go out, or they don't want to be in the street, or they can't travel, or it's this, or they get fidgety, or it's certain things, or how they deal with things, or how they solve problems. Those is little things that let you know if a person is, come on, you done been there. We all done messed around with a couple of toxic people and said, you know what, these people ain't right. And I knew they wasn't right, but you know why we say? Because maybe their sex was good. You understand? Because you know the crazy people have great sex.
All right, let me Pamela Jones. What's up, Pam? Pamela Jones says sometimes women want the children, but not the marriage. It's a matter of choice. That might be
See?
the majority, but yeah, there are
Not
women.
all, but some, yeah.
Absolutely. What's up, Gina? Our millionaire, our millionaire's friend who just bought a villa in the south of France or wherever she was bought.
One of the few millionaires I know. Hey, Jada.
What's up, Gina? Gina said, I think soulmates are a connection and you still have to work on the relationship. That new car smell fades, Kev. And she's laughed. So just so you know.
Hey, yeah, I got
Nicole,
it.
what's up, Nicole? Says, honesty is the best policy. You know what I am going to say about that, Nicole? Being honest, it is so hard to be honest with women. I don't know how Kev feels about that, but I've had situations where, you know what I mean, something in the relationship or something about her just ain't right. But, you know what I mean? You don't want to hurt her feelings or you don't want to, you know what I mean? And you just can't say it or you don't know how to say it. And you want to be honest, but, you know, but,
I've never had that situation.
well, I have.
I mean,
I heard it before.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I haven't. I mean, this is weird, but I think every woman that I've been in a serious relationship with, I think they all came after me. So I've never had to have
Mm.
any game. Is that the best way to put it? I had to have no game. No, because
You was easy to you.
every woman I've been in a serious relationship with has basically come after me. I'm serious.
Oh,
It's like they,
What, what does that say
because
about you?
is that a
huh?
good thing or a bad? Is that a good thing or a
No,
bad
it's a
thing? Like,
good thing because I've, I mean, it's a good thing because I don't pick up women
oh,
Yeah,
you don't pick up it, so they come to you first because you don't go to them. Okay.
because
listen,
I'm shy like that. Like I have this thing like I'm
listen,
afraid of rejection.
listen.
I can't
All
stand
men
rejection.
are. You're not the only one.
Kev,
Okay, well I can't stand it. I'm at another level.
Kev,
Uh,
I'm,
uh,
I'm,
like I'm gonna go to the club. I'm not asking nobody to dance because
Kev,
you're not gonna tell me no
Kevin,
because I'm
I
not
think
asking you to dance.
somebody in the chat is saying something.
Kevin, I'm gonna mute you for your own good.
Mute him.
Oh,
Mute.
she knows she came after me.
She can-
Oh, Patricia.
She can front all she want.
doing the show from under a bridge next Sunday.
Okay, with his bad
Kevin,
hat.
I hope they got Wi-Fi on the Brooklyn.
I'd be like, what happened to this door key? It used to fit in this hole. The hell is going on?
No, no,
You
no.
know,
I get it. I get it because you have certain people that feel like they rather somebody approach them because again they you have people that do have rejection issues. And you want to hear something? It's people that take classes for rejection. Isn't that something? Because I couldn't believe it. Take classes to deal with rejection. So I get it what you're saying, and I can believe that women did come after you, or they probably because women can be aggressive. I'm the type of woman. If I like you, I'm like I like you, or I won't even pay you no attention, and then they'll come over like I like you. I'm like for real, So I get it.
But what Kev says is not a bad thing. That's
Mm-mm.
men like it when women make the initiative to
Mm-hmm.
because let me like men deal with rejection constantly. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And it's hard. Like a lot of women on social media now are saying men are not approaching them, and they're asking why. And other women are telling them because men are scared. Like you don't want to, you know what I mean? Listen, I got on an elevator the other day, and there was a woman on there. She was dressed. I saw she was dressed very nice. You know, skirt was kind of short, and I faced the back of the elevator, and I did not make any kind of eye contact with her at all because I didn't want none of that smoke. I didn't want to be looked at as a perv or what are you looking at or what's your
But see,
problem?
Carl, that's where you screwed up.
Why?
Because I'm gonna tell you, let me give you some man advice. Let
Ooh.
me give you some, let me give you some brother advice here. If a
Let
woman gets on us, let me tell you about women. Ain't no woman on this planet puts on a nice tight mini skirt that's short, and she got some pretty legs to go with it, and she wears some nice stockings or whatever the case may be. And do you think that she think you ain't gonna look at her, or do you think that she doesn't want you to look at her? Because and no woman, I don't know why women, no woman gonna walk out the house and go, they know the skirt is short. You know, do you not want nobody to look at your legs? Because you know you have pretty legs. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. I have pretty legs, or I have big breasts, and I got a shirt, and it's all cleavage. But if I go out in public with all this cleavage out, and I'm paying for, and the guy's handing me my change, and he's looking at my cleavage instead of looking at my face, I'm gonna get angry at him. That's not right. So women know when their goodies are out and on display. So don't feel bad, Carl. You enjoying the eye candy because they know what they're doing.
I know that they know, but I also know it's kind of like a double-edged sword. They want it. It's almost like they want to be looked at, but don't look at me, but don't look at me. Like
So
Well, that's so deep because I tell my nephews, because they're young, you have to tell them, don't be staring at nobody. People think that's creepy, god damn it. Because I don't like nobody staring at me. But you can look at somebody without somebody knowing that you're looking at them. You understand what I'm saying? Or it's nothing wrong with giving a compliment either. Either she's gonna roll her eyes at you or she's gonna say thank you and move on.
listen, I had a situation at a supermarket.
Oh,
It was a while back. There was this girl in front of me, very pretty, sister. I mean, very immaculately dressed, but she was a little short on her on the money for what she had. You know what I mean? She was short a couple, like $10, $12 or whatever. And she was starting to put stuff back. And I have been in that situation before, and I paid for the person who couldn't afford it. But this sister was so pretty. I said, if I pay for that, she's gonna think that, you know what I mean?
you're a trick.
She's gonna think that I want something.
Yes.
So,
Carl, that's that. I get that. So you're saying if she was ugly, you'd have paid for it and not felt guilty.
absolutely. And that if she was, you know what I mean, unattractive and looking raggedy, I would have stepped up immediately and said, here you go. You know what I mean? Here's some, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. But the fact that she was so pretty and looked so, you know what I mean? I say, if I step up, and the people in line are going to say, oh, he just paying for that because she's, you know what I mean? So
That's probably why I can't
I
get
saw a lady. I
nobody
did that
from a
before, Carl.
man. I can't get nobody to pay for my groceries because I'm too cute.
I did that, Carl. I did that. I saw a lady putting something back about 3 months ago, man. I was at the grocery store. I saw a lady putting something back. She was about maybe in her mid-20s, had a couple of kids with her, and she had a dude with her too. I don't know if the dude was her brother or a boyfriend. I didn't even ask, but I saw they were about to try to put some stuff back. And I told the dude, I said, how much is that? He's like he said like 13, something like that. I said, I got it like that. And so yeah, and I don't know if the dude was a boyfriend or like I said, I don't know who he was, but she's a little dude. But I paid for it, so I get it, man. But I just went and paid for it. It had nothing to do with anything. They were happy that I helped them out.
but that's the
So,
world.
Carl, you let that girl put all her stuff back.
Yes.
Damn, Carl. But
Yeah.
Carl, you know what? It might have been a good gesture that might have worked out for you too.
Yeah.
You look at the negative part of it, the positive part of it, she could have go, it's nice as hell you did that. What's your name? Carl Yard.
Right. She could. Let me tell you something. I can listen. I probably would have did it. You said she was cute, but you wasn't interested. Because I think if you was a little bit interested, you would have paid for it.
Yeah, she was a bit too young for me, but she
See,
was.
I'm telling you, if he was interested, he would have paid for it, but he wasn't interested
Damn.
anyway.
I don't know. But I mean, I'm just saying that's the world we live in. Like now you see all these videos on social media where women are going to the gym and they're wearing these outfits and men are complaining that the outfits they're so tight that I mean you can see the printout in front. You're in right. You can see, and men are like, women stop, and the women are
Yeah.
like looking at me. But Jesus, I mean, how long have men and women been together on this earth? Like what, thousands of years, and women still are not aware that when you show certain parts of your body, men are sexually
I
aroused.
don't like it. I don't like you. You're
They
100%
don't
right,
know.
Carl.
I talked to a girl and she told me I had this conversation with a girl and she told me what I said. They know, so they know
I don't
that
like it.
they know that it's a camel toe. They know that it's too tight. They know that it's there. So if you at the grocery store and some girl I was at the grocery store the other day. Some girl walked in and I'm like, what I'm saying? Like, why are you at the grocery store like that? Because you want everybody to look at you. Why are you at the grocery store like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I was looking at fruit and she walked by and I thought I was grabbing a cantaloupe and it was like,
Uh,
why though? It's summertime. You're supposed to dress like that in the summertime, I guess.
because they want you to look, but they don't. It's very
They
weird.
want you to look, but they don't want you to look. I got you.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
it.
And you're probably right. You're probably right. Oh,
Okay,
Tiff, we saw you in Georgia last week when you popped on.
No, I do. You're right. No, but listen, I didn't mean it like that.
You had to
But no,
pay. You had
I
to pay.
understand.
You had to pay extra money to get on a plane with those things.
I was at a restaurant, but no, Carl is 100% right. They have this artist. She's a singer. I forgot what her name is. She does Shea Butter Baby, and she talks very explicit in her music. And she gets mad when the guys come to her and says the nasty stuff like, "You want me to do that thing to you, girl?" And she like, "Don't talk to me like that." But you sung this song, you said this is what you like. So now when the guys come up on you and they singing the whole song and trying to do the whole thing for you, you having an issue. Please stop doing music like that you feel like you're gonna be being disrespected. I just don't get it. So I
Right.
understand. If you don't want nobody to look at you, dress modest.
yeah,
Because
but
half these women be half naked.
I'm gonna say one more thing on this. Like I watched the Olympics. When you watch like the Summer Olympics and you see the female runners,
Hmm.
right? Some of them have on, most of them have on these outfits where you see their butt cheeks, right? Their butt cheeks are literally out. And then some women have on pants where it's like a little boy shorts. It's like a little shorts is covering their
That you
butt.
don't see butt cheeks. Yeah, right. Hmm.
You have to show your butt cheeks to run fast. Am I missing something? I mean, seriously, like, do the women who wear the stuff with the butt cheeks out run faster than the women who don't show
It's
any?
a It's a possible. Well, you know what? I think it's a body type too, Carl. I think some women bodies is going to eat up underwear. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
everybody.
know what? That was a good one. Kev said, eat up some underwear. No, Kev, you know
I'm
they
just
wearing their
saying, there's
short
different
underwear.
cheeks, right? Like some cheeks are going to eat up the underwear. You know what I'm saying?
No, and they
So
knew it was going to eat up their underwear. They know they can wear proper clothing. Come on. That's just like a mother going to drop a child at school and you got booty shorts on with your head wrap on. I mean, with your bonnet on. I mean, come on, you're dropping your child to school. So,
I got
no,
one question. What time is the next race, Carl?
But I'm just saying, it's going back to what Kevin is saying. Women wear that they know what they're wearing it for a reason. You know. Now you know.
But
Now,
that's like saying, Carl, that's not fair because if you watch the swimmers, it's the same thing with the women swimming in the Olympics too. Here's the
right,
thing. Half of those people aren't attractive though. Well, first of all, most of them are freaking girls under 18. That's probably one
right.
reason you're not attracted to them because they're little girls. Most of the people running track are 20, 18, 17, maybe 21, 22. All the girls swimming are the same age. The gymnastic girls are literally 14 and 15 and 16. I think Kamal Bias is like the oldest out of all of them, and she's in her early 20s, maybe. So, I mean, which I don't think she's attractive either. So, she will. All her cheeks are hanging out too, but I never look at her and go, "Man, that girl's hot," you know.
No, but it's not like it's a G string going up their butt and you seeing all the butt. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe when they flip or something like that. But again, I don't think that you need booty shorts out to do certain sports. What happened to shorts? Even with little girls, right? When I see little girls wear the skirts, my niece when she was young, we put shorts up under her skirt. Regardless, you got to be able to cover yourself, because you have men out there that are something is wrong with them. And they look at you like that, they gawk at you and stuff like that. So again, I think that women should be a little bit more modest because I don't like walking out in the street and seeing booty cheeks and we're not on the beach.
Yeah, I don't know. I was always curious as to if the women can have the cheeks hanging out in the Olympics, why don't men do the same thing? I mean, if that helps,
Oh,
if that helps with the speed, if you can get a more seconds of your 100 meter, I
So I
mean,
never understood this whole thing anyway, Tiff. Maybe you can help me out with this real quickly, Tiff. So you mentioned the beach. So you go to the beach. I was in the Bahamas last year performing, and I'm on the beach, and everybody's wearing thongs, and you see more butt cheeks than you see water, right?
mm-hmm.
So because it's the Bahamas, right? So I'm like, wait a minute, why do all these women walk around like this? But if you are the mailman and you knock or UPS guy, knock on their door, they're not going to answer the door at their house like that. They're going to, I got to put some on. You know what I'm saying? So why is it okay to walk around on a beach basically naked, but if the mailman or UPS guy or Amazon or Domino's guy show up at your door to deliver something, you answer the door, you gotta be fully clothed. I could never answer the door in my thong, right? A woman would never answer the door in their
No,
thong.
because it's her home and the other one is a beach.
but that
What's
Okay?
the
In the
difference?
beach, you
Cheeks are
are
cheeks.
liable to see,
So
you are
wait, your
liable
cheeks
to
are
see.
okay to see on the beach, but they're not okay to see
No, but
uh,
you're in your
at
home,
your
you in
front
your
door?
personal home. A driver come to your house and you half naked. Are you offering him some ass for your
so
personal?
Tiffany, what if a FedEx driver comes to your house, right? You're gonna put
Mhm.
some clothes on, right? What
Yes.
if you saw the FedEx driver at the beach? Would you run and put some clothes on?
First of all, if the FedEx man is at the beach, that's a problem. For him
Why?
to be coming to give me a package at the
No, no,
beach,
not coming to give you a package at the beach. If he's at the same beach, if the FedEx guy was at
is
the
he
beach,
in his
Carl understands
uniform?
my
Is he
point.
in his uniform?
Carl
huh?
understands my point. No, he's not in his uniform. He's just at the beach hanging out,
That's at the beach.
and
All
he
right,
just
he's a
happened to be your
FedEx man.
UPS.
You know what I would say to him? You're lucky. You're lucky. That's it.
But but it's the same thing. What Kevin is saying. So you're proving Kevin's point. It's the same thing.
No,
You
I
know,
think it's a difference because it is the beach is a place where people are in bathing suits.
it has
Okay, where I'm at
A
home,
bathing
I'm
suit is just underwear and bra at the end of the day.
no, I'm
That's
sorry,
my
it's a
point.
difference. But I'm not coming to the door in my bra and panties to pay the delivery guy because he's gonna be like, "Oh, you want to get some dirt?" You
so
All right,
understand
so
what I'm saying?
so you're saying a bathing suit. I've seen bathing suits more revealing than panties that women wear around the house.
No, I get it. I get
Most
it, but
women
it's
at home
still
wear
two
blue ones,
different
most
things.
likely.
No, I'm not gonna go half naked at the door because that means I'm offering up some post office ass.
So
okay.
are you offering up some beach ass?
No, but they know this is a public place and I'm wearing a bathing suit. So
But
we're going in the water.
Carl,
Kevin,
you understand my point, right?
yes,
I
actually,
see women all the time on the beach when I go to beach places, Myrtle Beach, the Florida. I perform in Florida a lot. If I'm going anywhere near a boardwalk, I see women wearing clothes, booty shorts, Daisy Dukes, thongs, you name it.
You better
Just
enjoy the eye candy.
I do. But my point is, nobody. answers their door like that. So when you're in your house, you have to be fully clothed for a man, but in public, you can wear the strippiest clothes imaginable, and
Mhm.
that's okay.
No.
It doesn't
I,
make
it
right
don't
here.
make any. It
It
makes no
don't make
sense.
sense to y'all because y'all have what's what? Now let's turn it around. Do you want your wife, your girl, coming to the door, opening up the door in her bra and
No,
panties?
no, we don't. But here, so here's my
Oh,
so
oh.
Tiffany. Let's say you and I are next door neighbors, right? You and I
Mm-hmm.
live door to each other. We're at the beach together, right? We happen to go to the beach the same day. You and I. You're walking around the beach in your thong, your bikini, whatever, right? We
Mm-hmm.
come home from the beach together, and I come over to your house for whatever reason to talk to your husband, your boyfriend, or whatever. Would you answer the door in the same outfit, in the same thong or bikini, or would you put something on?
I will be honest with you. I'll probably put a towel on.
okay,
I don't know why. It's just a woman thing. I don't know why. It's a woman thing. Y'all don't know why. I don't know why.
okay,
I've
okay.
been wanting to ask a woman this for the longest time. I thought I'd get a different answer, but I'm not getting the answer I want, Tiff. But I appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
It's a double standard. It makes no sense. That's all.
You
Yeah.
well, you know it happens. Like y'all men cannot deal with a woman cheating. Y'all can cheat on us, but when we cheat on y'all lose your mind. Y'all can't eat, y'all can't sleep, y'all keep thinking about somebody else smashing your girl. Y'all can't handle it. And I think that's double standard. I don't think that's right. You know, so again, I'm gonna put something on. I'm in my home, I'm gonna cover up.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that. Men can't even handle a guy thinking about having
Yes,
sex.
yeah, exactly.
Here's some- here's
Damn.
something that most women don't even know, and most men would probably would admit, but I've been in conversations with women, husbands and wives are in conversations, and one of the women would say, tell a story. This one, I remember this distinctly. This friend of mine, his wife was telling a story about she hurt her back, and we were like, well, how'd you hurt? And she said, oh, I was taking a shower and I bent over to pick something up. And when she said she bent over in the shower, guys, picturing her bending over, and I can see her husband. He knew because he's a guy. You know, he's like, my wife is actually telling a story about her bending over in the shower. Like you don't say that to a bunch, you know. But she didn't know that. You know what I mean? But that's and you know what I mean. I'm saying you're right, Tiffany. Man can't even handle another man thinking about. yeah.
I told ya.
Gina's like, oh my God, Carl. She can yes, Steve, yes, Gina. When women say, or like when women go, if they're going to the bathroom, I gotta go pee. Why you gotta say I gotta go pee? Just say I gotta go to the bathroom, right? We don't need to know that what you're gonna do, right? That's none of our business. That's just too much information for the other men that's around. Honey, just say I gotta go to the bathroom. That's enough. I don't need son of a bitches envisioning my wife pulling her underwear down, taking a pee, because that's exactly.
See, I
That's
So
told
funny.
you.
that's just something for you for you ladies to keep that in mind. You know what I mean? Just I'm going.
That's funny.
Man, we got way off topic today, but
That was all good. It was a good conversation.
Oh, but you know, I wanted to say this because one of my nephews expressed something to me because y'all was talking about last week with a lot of the men coming up, black men coming up hung and stuff
yeah,
like that. Do you know that my nephew expressed to me that on two occasions white people asked him to get in the car with them?
really?
Did you hear me? Two white people, one woman and one man, white man in a pickup truck. Asked him did he want to ride or he wanted to come with them.
Wow.
So I'm saying to your parents, because now you heard those two twins that came up missing, the family is asking for another independent investigation. Because they know that them children and them two boys did not do that to themselves. And they said they saw the picture and it looked like it was a sacrificial type of thing. So we want to warn our young black men. Please be careful who you hang out with. Please don't get in no cars with no white people. If they ask you, do you need a ride or anything like that, stay away from them. That's my personal opinion. Don't get in the car with them. That's it.
All right, let me address something here. Uh, Gina says, "Geez, maybe we don't want anyone to think we're going to the bathroom to do the other than peeing. I cannot believe conversation like that enters your head, Carl. Gina, I am telling you the conversations I have been in with other men about around stuff like that. Okay, I'm not saying it's not just me. Obviously, this is what I've heard other men say. They don't want to hear their woman say, I gotta go pee. They don't want to hear the woman say, I was bending over in the shower. Okay. It's not like a serious thing. We laugh and we have fun with it. You know what I mean? But it's not a horrible thing. It's
People are
just
different. I'm telling you, people are funny. People are different, and again, Carl, you think your way, people think their way. It happens. It
yes,
happens.
yes, you know.
It happens. That's why we cover up. Especially if we're in the house and my man is in the house. I'm not coming to the door and my daggone bathing suit. And the first thing he's like, are you trying to give out some bathing suit ass? You understand what I'm saying? Anything is possible to happen. So yeah, you just have a certain respect. So I get it. I get it. And Miss Gina, I know it's kind of, crazy, but I'm glad that we have these conversations. We need to talk about what people experience, what they went through, so we can be able to share that with each
And
other.
which brings me back to what we were talking about earlier about women having multiple baby daddies and being left with kids because men bounce. Men have, and here's another insight for you, Gina. Men have conversations. Men be at a party. I'm sure I've been part of these conversations, and Kevin's been part of these conversations. Ladies, get your pen and paper because you're gonna need this information. I'm pretty probably know it already. They would pick out a woman at a party or club or whatever, and they would say, "I want to hit that."
And I believe you.
They, I had a friend who faked a heart problem to get with a woman. He faked that he had, and he got it. She was,
It worked.
what? It worked like you would not believe.
I believe it. I believe it.
Party, and he just thought this woman was so hot he had to get. And he did everything. He found out she liked to ski or whatever she liked to do. He faked like he liked doing exactly that. You know what I mean? Bird watching, whatever it is. He got binoculars. You know what I mean?
You
He,
have people that's very toxic like that, and
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want to be with anybody that take my choice away. Ask me, tell me, express to me before you do anything stupid. But yeah, you have people that do that to their partner. It's horrible.
yeah. So yeah, so that's just the way it is. Gina, you learned a lot today. I think that's enough. Man school.
And wait a minute, let me take y'all papers out. Us women already know within 5 seconds if we would even give you a piece of anything.
I,
Okay?
I heard that. I
That's
heard.
here. That's
Yes.
here.
We know. We know. We'll tell you like, oh, he'd be somebody I
Well, that's
could.
not very flattering considering that Carl and I had dinner with you, and
I wouldn't sleep with y'all. Y'all my friends. Stop it. And see, that's another thing. I know how to cut that off. You understand what I'm saying? I know who I should be sexually attracted to and who I'm not. People don't understand. You have to use that because not everybody you can sleep with. Not everybody you can share energy with or be intimate with. So I look at y'all as my friends. I'm not giving y'all no ass. Y'all my friends.
Well, what if there was a nuclear bomb and it was just you and I, Tiff?
Carl, you not getting no ass. You're my friend.
Damn.
You my
A
friend.
nuclear bomb and it can't even go out for the little the end of
Cause
the world,
Carl is
Carl. You
gonna
can't
die.
even.
Carl
Gee.
will pass out once he see my ass up in the air. He gonna be like,
Damn, Carl.
Nuclear bomb is just Tiffany and I. Okay.
oh, you'll pass out before I even get that one ass cheek out. You be like,
Jesus.
To tell everybody else is dead. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
All right. Oh my God, I love this conversation.
And speaking, since we're talking about relationships, one of the big, I want to bring this up. One of the biggest songs of the '80s was "Secret Lovers," right? Remember that song?
I hated that song.
Yeah.
Well, that was Atlanta
Oh,
Star, and we lost Wayne Lewis, was the lead singer of that great
That was the
'80s.
lead singer of the song?
Yeah,
yes.
he passed away 2 days ago. They had a lot of great hits. That was one of them. Yeah, but that was one of their hits, "Secret Lovers." But they had what's the other one? I love "Put a Message in the Bottle." That was my favorite one out of all the hits. "Put a Message in the Bottle." That was great. So they had a lot of great songs. Atlanta Star had
Right.
a lot of great songs, and he passed away. We don't know why he passed away. They're not mentioning it. Their
They
group was
didn't
actually
mention it.
still touring, from what I understand. So these artists from the '80s are still out here touring, man, making money. Uh, and he passed away, man. But they had so many hits, man. If Your Heart Isn't in It, remember that one? If Your Heart Isn't in It,
Well, they were good. They had really good song, but that song that gave me childhood traumas.
Let's Get
You know,
Closer.
somebody I knew I love very much was cheating.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not on me.
Secret.
I saw them cheating on me.
Oh,
Not
okay.
you know.
Secret Lovers. Yeah, that was a big hit for them, and yeah, that was a big hit. Yeah, Secret Lovers. That was a big time. They had a wedding. They had like the
There's
number
a
one
whole
wedding
lot of
song.
secret lovers out there.
That was the number one wedding song also. What was their wedding song? That was it
Secret
all
lovers,
Always, right? Always.
always? Yeah, always.
always.
That was the number one wedding songs of the '80s and '90s was always. So one of the most played wedding songs. So they made some music, some good music. I saw them in concert at a place called the Capitol Center back in the day. They're a very talented group. So sorry to see your brother passed away. He's only 68 years old, so I don't know what happened. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, God bless it. So he definitely was they was the era of the '80s. So that's
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
so
Lance
good for
Star
them. I didn't
was
even know that was the lead singer that passed away.
yeah, lead singer, yeah, of that group. Yep. I don't know if the girl in the group was. I don't know the music videos. They're all over each other in every music video, but I don't know if they were lovers in real life or if they just. I don't know what her relationship with that girl's name is.
You know, you want to be honest? Most good music come from lovers.
Right.
You know,
Yeah. Men, again, men can put out some great love songs. We just can't live up to the lyrics that we put out.
You've been preaching tonight, Carl, huh? We gotta do a relationship.
been
What
a
the Carl
very
been
long,
going in?
been a man for a very long time, and I know how we do. You know, what I mean, we just can't seem to get it together. We can tell you how much we love you, how much we care, and all that, but you know, what I mean, we just can't keep it together. You know, for whatever reason. Yeah. All right, but we're gonna. I'm not even sure what we should talk about next. What do you guys want to talk about?
Huh?
You want remember Linda McMahon? You guys saw her. Do you want to go?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's get into that.
First of all, how do you have somebody in charge of education but don't know no education? Don't know no history about America or your people? I don't understand. Do you got the part when they was reading her and asking her questions?
Yes. The lady that Trump picked for she what is she over educate whatever she is
She's over education and her husband owns WWF.
right, the WWE or whatever.
Hmm.
Um and she knows nothing about nothing to do with education. Literally nothing about nothing. So here's Linda McMahon in charge of education.
I have a few other examples that I would like your thoughts on, simple yes or no. If this is a legal DEI, an example, would you say that it would be an illegal DEI for a lesson plan on the Tulsa Race Massacre?
I'd have to get back to you on that.
Do you know what the Tulsa Race Massacre is?
I'd like to look into it more and get back to you on it.
Okay, so I look forward to that. How about the book Through My Eyes by Ruby Bridges, for instance?
I haven't read that.
Have you learned about Ruby Bridges?
If you have specific examples you'd like
That
to
was a
cite,
specific example.
I'll be very happy.
It was an
for you-
incredibly
for
specific
you to
example.
submit
I named
those
a
in your
specific book.
questions, and I will look into it and get back to you on
Thank
them.
you.
Unbelievable.
Here's another
Would you
one.
say that it would be an illegal DEI for a lesson plan on the Tulsa Race Massacre?
I'd have to get back to you on that.
Do you know what the Tulsa Race Massacre is?
I'd like to look into it more and get back to you on it.
Okay, so I look forward to that. How about the book Through My Eyes by Ruby Bridges, for instance?
I haven't read that.
Have you learned about Ruby Bridges?
If you have specific examples you'd like
That
to
was a
cite,
specific example.
I'll be very happy.
It was
for
an
you-
incredibly
for
specific
you
example.
To submit
I named
those
a
in your
specific book.
questions, and I will look into it and get back to you on
Thank
them. I'd
you.
look
How about
forward
a
to answering them
school
directly.
having a voluntary celebration for Pride Month?
Well, I think that.
Voluntary.
Well, let's make sure that in our schools
This is yes or no?
that we're looking. No, it's not.
Okay. How about social studies standards that teach that President Biden won the 2020 election?
I think our studies should all be taught accurately.
Yes or no?
I think our studies should.
No.
be taught
The
accurately.
question was, do you believe that social studies standards that teach that President Biden won the 2020 election is an illegal DEI? Yes or no?
I think I have said we should teach accurately. We should.
No,
be
you have
on
not
all
answered
sides.
the question.
Well, I am
I
answering
don't
the
understand
question.
why you're incapable
I'm
of
just
answering.
not giving you the answer you want.
No,
but
I want
answered
the
the
answer,
question.
whatever your answer is.
I just gave you the answer.
No, the answer is yes or
No,
no.
the answer is I.
No,
think
your
our
answer is
courses
yes or
should be
no.
taught
Gentleladies.
Thank you.
Quick questions. Do you think that Holocaust education in our schools is a DEI program? There's no card for that. That's just yes or no.
I can look at whatever card I
Holocaust
choose.
education,
Thank
is
you
it a
very
DEI?
much.
You can have a press conference to say whatever you want. I just need a quick answer to
Your
this.
soliloquy
Is
very
Holocaust,
informative.
because this is my time, is Holocaust education a DEI program?
No,
Is African American Studies a DEI
I
program?
think I answered that with one.
I'm
of the
asking
other
it again.
callers. Listen, we should be
Just
able-
yes or no?
We should be able to teach
My
courses. in their
point is
entirety.
they are DEI programs, both of them, because students need diversity, equity, and inclusion to understand their environments. So both Holocaust education and the teaching of African American history are important, which is why the state of Connecticut requires it in our social studies curriculum. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth. You can't support one
The
without
gentlelady's
supporting the
time has
other.
expired.
And looking at what happens in the schools and actually deferring to teachers, parents who are on curriculum committees, local boards of education in states who actually do the hard work
The
and
gentlelady's time
listening
has
to what
expired.
they say
I appreciate
would be
the
incredibly helpful in
passion,
this
but
role.
it's time to move.
That is Secretary of Education Linda McMahon, who has no idea who Ruby Bridges is.
Okay, the one that was the first. I think she's the first young lady to go in for in them segregated schools.
Yes, and she's still alive.
Still alive.
Yes.
Yeah.
She didn't know about the Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. See, again, I keep expressing I do not think white people really care to know our history. It's not that serious. It's not a part of their function. So I'm not surprised that she didn't know none of these things.
Well, she doesn't know and she doesn't want to know.
No, she don't want to know, because you do have white people out there that do know the history of foundational Black Americans. They know the history because they have to teach it, or they some try to teach it. But yeah, she didn't know.
No, she don't know. She don't want to know. They don't care, which is why Kevin and I, the guy, I don't know if Tiffany, if you watch CNN, there's a guy called Scott Jennings who's constantly on CNN, and he's a 100%, full-blown MAGA, and these people are who they are. We're not going to change them. They care nothing about Black people. The racist white people, Scooby, we're saying the racist white people. We know not all white people.
Yeah, not all white people,
But the racist,
also.
they don't care. They don't care. And there's nothing we can do to change them. They have been consistently horrible people for the last 400 years. They're not even trying to change. And as I said the last show, that just as how we believe in what we're saying, those people
They
believe
believe what they're saying.
what they're saying.
And I think they want us back in the fields too. I literally think they want us back in the fields. I know I sent you the video where I think it was a video where the white farmers in America is mad because black people don't want to go work on their farms.
Yeah. Um,
Y'all want us to you really think because y'all threw out this immigration, y'all getting rid of all y'all workers for cheap. You really think black people is going back on the field, and especially if it's not our fields, we not planting nobody else's field. But our ancestors planted your fields, you whipped us and everything. You think we coming back? No, white farmers, we're not coming.
yeah.
Thank
Emma
you.
Crawford from YouTube says they know, they just don't care. Absolutely true. Emma,
Right.
they know, they just don't care. And I don't know if we can get
Mm-hmm.
that in our heads enough to just, I know it's hard to ignore them, you know what I mean? And just go about our business and start trying to build our own communities. I don't know why we keep interacting with them. Um, it seems like we're trying to convince them.
Some of them people are very much. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why does CNN still have, well, I'm sure they have Scott Jennings on because for ratings and they want to see people going at each other, you know what I mean? And it's for ratings, but they don't care. As Emma said, they just don't care. Michael Jackson said it in his song. They don't care
They
about us.
don't really care about us.
Care that the last 400 years, they're not going to care for the next 400, it'd be 800 years, and they're still not going to care. And we just need to accept it and move on. But for some reason, we seem stuck in this vortex of trying to convince these people that racism is wrong and they need to stop it, but they're not.
Mm-mm. We already know it's wrong. We know that they done sideswiped us. They done did so much stuff. We got to worry about self. And the main thing that black people need to be worrying about is health and wealth. Okay?
I mean,
Stop.
someone just did a biography, right? Tiffany told me it's with Trump. He's saying that
Oh,
Trump.
it was, yeah. It's a guy that was like a ghostwriter for
Right.
Trump. Like he said he interviewed him many times, and he said in his heart and what he got from him, Trump really don't care about black people. He really don't think that we should be around. They don't need us. You know, they done got what they needed, the blood, sweat, and tears of 300 to 400 years. Now they don't need us. That's what he feel like. Trump feel like that. But I'm not surprised. I don't know why people are surprised. I'm not
Look
surprised.
at it. Look at his cabinet. Look at what he do. Has he done anything to include black people? All those black MAGA people, which is what we are talking about. What we're supposed to talk about today is the black MAGA. They're very quiet, right? He's done nothing for them. Nothing. All the ones who were saying that that party does nothing for us. I mean, and they might not have done as much as we want, but they do enough. But the
Mhm.
Republican Party obviously cares absolutely nothing. I mean, zip, nothing about you. They don't like you. They don't want you around. They don't think you're human.
We're
They,
money. We're money. They look at us as money, because remember, we are one of the top spending powers. We spend a lot of money, especially on our self-hatred, and we'll put money in other people's pockets before we put it in our own people's pockets. So they know who we are and what they can get. But if it was up to them, they'd be in the suburbs away from black people.
yeah. So here's some black MAGA folks.
So you think we're better off as black people now than we were before LBJ passed those policies?
Yes, brother. We can vote without the threat of violence. Are you talking about the Civil Rights Act of 1964? Is that what you're describing as a negative thing?
I'm not saying the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was. I'm talking about.
That's LBJ. I just want to be clear. That's LBJ, who you said, were we better off before LBJ? LBJ signed the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
I'm talking about the war on poverty.
I just want to answer that one. I want to answer that specific one first. Was the Civil Rights Act of 1964 bad
I
thing?
agree with the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Thank you.
But at the same time, I'm also put like this. I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery.
I don't know.
Have you guys noticed how quiet MAGA supporters have been the past few weeks? It's almost like they've disappeared off the face of this earth because they're realizing a few things about their choices. The last few weeks have been very interesting, especially the latest scandal that's coming from this administration about Pete Hegseth and his team using Signal to the app to kind of share information and share attack plans for Yemen, and where they infamously added the editor of The Atlantic, unbeknownst to them. And it's reminded me of the situation a few years ago when Hillary Clinton actually used an email, or used an unsecure server, I should say, to send emails, and people were...
I can tell you who Trump and MAGA's next target is. Black doctors. There is a bill in the House. It's called H.R. 3518. H.R. 3518. This bill attempts to change a civil rights bill from the 60s, the Higher Education Act of 1965, that Lyndon Johnson signed into law, to make education more affordable for low-income and Black people. It created such things as Pell Grants, student loans, HBCU funding, etc. Well, this H.R. 3518, that bill is going to amend the Higher Education Act of 65 by prohibiting any sort of DEI program. In other words, they are going to change this civil rights law, this very important civil rights law, and make it a weapon against diversity, equity.
So I mean, the Project 2025 that everyone was talking about, it's in full effect, right? It's happening as we speak. That's why all those Black MAGA are so quiet.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like the guy said, that bill is going to kill any kind of support for the DEI program to help more Black people become doctors. You know,
so that means if they remove DEI, what, we don't need to know about the Jewish history or anybody else's history, since you want to take everything out. Just like that lady said, we need all of this history, so our children need to know how to handle and deal with this world. Because we're a multicultural world. We're not just black and white anymore. And I think Trump wants it black and white. No, darling, we're mixed. It's a big fruit cup up in there.
Yeah.
So what about the girls been fighting? Elon and Trump been fighting.
I think it's a distraction.
Yeah.
I think it's a distraction. I'm not 100% sure it's a real beef, Tiff. I think they're up to something. I think they both have too much dirt on each other to be enemies, you know? I mean, I really do. I think there's just too much dirt, you know, for them to be enemies, because he helped Trump win this election, you know that.
Yeah,
and
he did.
and there was some hanky panky, most likely, allegedly, right? And Trump is, you know, and I don't know. I'm just think it's a distraction. I don't know. I think every time Trump gets close to getting hit more and more hot water, they come up with something to get us off, you know. So deflect. I'm a magician, right? I understand misdirection. So they're just more misdirection. Make them look over here, make the crowd look over there while you're doing something secretly over here. That's how magicians work.
Okay, so you think that they plan this?
Yeah, I think it's deflecting, and I think it's me personally. I could be 100% wrong. I don't believe the beef. I think it's they're deflecting something. I think they're just make them, because there's been a lot of chatter on social media, on YouTube. I've been watching some pretty smart people talk about this election being stolen. Greg Palast is one of the people on YouTube. Forgot the other guy's name. I watch all his YouTube videos, but there's a lot of people on talking some serious shit on these social media sites on YouTube and TikTok about the assassination that happened. They talk about You know, they got experts talking about the ear. They got all this stuff going on online, and it's getting louder and louder. The mainstream media is not covering it because they're not, but it's getting louder and louder on social media, and more people are starting to do their homework and do videos about it. And the rumblings are getting a little, starts a little pebble, and then next thing you know, there's a few rocks, and then it's an avalanche. You know what I mean? So I think the way they deflect all of this, not all of this, is they come up with this beef. That those two don't like each other and they're beefing, and then that throws all of that other shit out the window. You know what I'm saying? All that goes out the window.
Trump is threatening him he better not go over there and help them Democrats. I said they are really off the hook.
Exactly. And, I could be wrong. I just don't believe it. I don't believe nothing Trump does. I don't believe nothing that comes out of this White House. I don't believe nothing comes out of this administration. I don't believe nothing comes out of Trump's pie hole. I'm just not buying it. Elon Musk cannot be trusted. He's a white supremacist with a lot of money, and Trump's a white supremacist.
Both of them can't be trusted.
Both of them are white supremacists with a lot of money. And the end game is white power, white empowerment, and white man rules. And that's the end game. And that's it. That's the end game. Everybody else is second. If you're not a rich white man, then more power to you. Everybody else is second. So I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all, Tiff. And it's good entertainment. It's fun. They fighting and all that sort of stuff. But I'm worried about what comes next because I know they're up to something.
Oh gosh.
They're up to something, sis. I'm telling you. Them two dudes they're smart men. They're not dumbass men. They're too smart. If somebody helps you win an election illegally, did some shit behind the scenes, help you win an election, you gonna have a beef with him?
Right. That's the wrong person to have a beef with. But don't Elon got more money than him?
Oh, hell yeah. They're not even the same stratosphere. Elon Musk has more money than everybody on the planet.
Oh, he's that rich?
He's the richest man in the world.
For real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
$400 billion. He can give her word $1 billion and still have $1 million.
Is this for real?
Yes, Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet. Elon Musk has enough money to stop homelessness. He has enough money so everybody wouldn't be hungry. That's how rich he is. This man has so much money.
I didn't know he was that rich.
And you can't even fathom how rich he is because he's so rich that his company lost something like $36 billion last week. Tesla's stock dropped. And I saw the news. Tesla loses $36 billion. And he's still rich? I lose $5 and I can't sleep at night. This dude lost $36 billion.
They say he's worth $393.3 billion.
Yeah, he was over $400 billion a while ago. A couple weeks.
He was on his way.
228.
He was on his way to be the first trillionaire ever recorded on record, but that got screwed up because he lost his popularity because he became MAGA. And when he became MAGA, it hurt his businesses because what he didn't realize, or what he did realize, maybe he didn't care, was all the people buying Teslas were Democrats.
And every person I spoke to that had a Tesla, I said, so how y'all feeling since this Elon Musk? They was like, we bought it in 2023. We didn't know he felt like that.
Exactly. People don't know. Black people supported Elon Musk, same way we supported Dr. Phil. Same way we supported Dr. Oz. We support all these people. Then you find out they're MAGA, Like black people support every fucking body. Then turn around and find out all the people that we support, all the people that we love. I used to watch Dr. Oz every freaking day at 4:00 at one point.
And that other bald-headed one, all the ones that came from
Dr. Phil, all came from Oprah, yeah. All Oprah, a black woman helped both of them fools get on and become household names. Then they jump ship and jump on Trump's train when the time came to support another sister. Unbelievable.
And it's so because Jeff Bezos is 228.1 billion. Mark Zuckerberg is next to him, 240 B. And Bill Gates is 116. And I don't know who's Bernard Arnault. Who's that? 142. And Warren Buffett is 154. Those are the
That's
top
crazy.
billionaires.
Everybody you just mentioned, Tiffany, those, what, 6 billion you just mentioned? That's
Yeah.
enough money for everybody to have a good ass life in America. Everybody should have health care. Those guys, everybody you just mentioned can make sure everybody got good health care. Everybody got housing. There's millions of people sleeping on the streets tonight, veterans at that, that military veterans who are homeless, sleeping on cardboard boxes in New York City tonight and other cities around the world. I mean, around this country. And these guys got enough money to end all of that immediately. And they won't. And they won't. Because they don't care. Only thing they care about is more money.
And making more money.
Elon Musk is the richest man on the planet. And he's still trying to make money. Instead of going to sit his ass down somewhere, he's still going to go make some money, more money. Donald Trump was paying him $8 million a day. He's making $8 million a day.
I was getting ready to say that. How much he make every minute? How much
he was
making
making $8 million a day off taxpayers were paying him $8 million a day when he was working. He no longer works for Trump apparently, but when he was, him and what's his Dodge bullshit, whatever they called it, Doge, whatever. He was getting $8 million a day. $8 million a day. You know who got rich since the January 20th election? Since Donald Trump took office. You know who got rich? Donald Trump got richer. And Elon Musk got richer. Donald Trump is now officially a billionaire. He can call himself a billionaire forever, but he hasn't been for a long time. Donald Trump has been a billionaire since the 80s because he filed bankruptcy, he owed so many people much money. On paper, he was a billionaire, but he wasn't a billionaire. Now, since he became president, he is now, they're saying, once again, a real billionaire. One, because of this insider trading crap and this coin thing that he's been selling, this coin that he got into, crypto coin or whatever,
I don't know, that crypto coin don't make me happy.
A president's not supposed to do this, by the way. You're
That's
supposed to forfeit all your
businesses
businesses when you become president, but this country has allowed him to do whatever the hell he wants to do without no pushback.
That's that white skin protection.
That's exactly what that is. Because President Obama was to have some damn crypto coin he been selling from the Oval Office. These people be losing their freaking mind right now. Freaking mind. You hear me? It'll be over. We'll never hear the end of it.
Not lying about it.
Fox News will be on freaking losing their minds if Obama was doing this, selling stuff from the White House. Tesla's on the front of the White House lawn.
Yeah, he was trying to
Tesla.
advertise because Elon lost a lot of money messing around with Trump in this election. Everybody's sick of him and Trump.
And then he comes on and tells, when they start this feud, real or not, I'm not quite sure yet, but when they start this feud, first thing they did was say, Trump comes out and says, Tesla was not that good. What do you mean it wasn't that good? You just had him on the White House lawn trying to push him 2 months ago. Now you're saying they're not good?
And you want to hear something? They said that same car that he had on the front lawn is in the parking lot. Nobody's touching it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. This is a reality.
Somebody put in the chat. I know something happened in LA with the immigrants or something. They started throwing grenades.
I haven't been watching the news all day, but I'm going to get into the news as soon as this show's over. Well, my basketball NBA game's on too, so I'll be doing 2 things. But yeah, something big happened in LA today with there's been some pushback. I think there's some riots going on. There's a big pushback with this ICE has been attacking LA hotspots, picking up all Latin people, picking them up, and there's been some pushback. Like people are sick of it. People are coming out in the streets going, enough is enough. That you run in this country like it's freaking Germany Nazi all over again. You know, got men in masks running around. Somebody made a very good point. Why are these ICE people wearing masks? Like, they've been locking up, you know, FBI and all these secret, you know, they've been locking up people for years, for decades, hardcore criminals without masks. You know?
I think they're incognito now. I think they don't,
But
because we
that's
have social
dangerous because
media.
now we don't know who these people are.
Yeah, that's what they want. That's what they want. They don't want you to know who they are, who is locking up who, so
That's
they can
because
be able to walk up
that's
on
because most
you.
of them are law enforcement. They're just
Yeah.
regular old white men pissed off.
Yep.
You
I
know,
believe it.
they're Klansmen, they're white Nazis. They're not all law enforcement. Anybody can put a mask on now and run out in the street with a gun and attack the Spanish community and throw them in the back of a van.
Yeah.
And take off. You don't know who these people are. Just run around with masks on with guns. And they're gonna do it to black people next. When they finish round up the Spanish people, they'll start rounding our ass up.
Well, they can't round. We've been here for almost 400 years. They ain't rounding our asses
Who's
up.
stopping them, Tiff? Who's gonna stop? Who's gonna stop a jump out squad in the van pulling up and snatch people off the street in masks with guns? Who's gonna stop them? You got all these gangbangers out here shooting each other, as Jay-Z famously said, and I've said on the show before, I'll say it again. We kill each other so much black on black crime, and Jay-Z said, how come George Zimmerman's still walking the streets? You know,
that's right.
we
I've
so
been
damn
said
bad.
that.
We so bad. We so tough.
You can kill your own
But
kind and do
why is
30,
George
40,
Zimmerman still
50
walking
years.
the streets?
Yeah.
But we're shooting each other.
But you got to remember too, we was not taught to kill the white man or kill somebody. We was always taught to turn the other cheek. You understand? But now you having people that snapping. Look what happened to the father. You know, that, allegedly ran up a cop over after seeing his son murdered.
Yeah.
Now they found out that it was an undercover that shot that boy.
Wow.
It wasn't the cop that was on the side where they was showing. It wasn't his shot that killed him. It was from somebody else, and it hit him in his back. That was the fatal shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's
So
some
it was an undercover cop that shot that boy.
here's some video from what's going on in LA.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Brian Mcknight, motherfucker. I'm sure your mama starved in the past. That's why she came here, like all these other people have, to look for a better life. I can see the fucking shame in your fucked up face, puto. I see the shame in you. Go tell your mama how you proud of corralling people and taking them in. What crime did they make? What crime did they commit? Nothing. I'm sure you're proud, bitch. Oh, you want to arresting defenseless people. Look at you, you're darker than I am, motherfucker. Mira, you're darker than me. But I'm sure you're proud. You're not supposed to be here either. You should be in the van. Or culero, puto, because you didn't have the balls to stand up for your people. I think I'm citizen when Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, did he slap himself? Oh my gosh! First of all, I can't. First of all, half of these people are sorry, my Spanish people, brothers and sisters. Half of y'all voted for this, okay, and didn't even know y'all was next on the chopping block. It's
That
nothing
is
I
true,
can
Tiff.
do
But a
is
lot of
just send prayers.
Tiff, I'm not cutting you off, Tiff. I'm saying that's true what you're saying. Trump did win a large segment of the Hispanic vote, mostly Hispanic men. But these guys that are getting rounded up weren't even voters. These people weren't allowed to vote. These are people that are here either illegally. Some of them are here on work program, permits and things like that, and some of them are illegals, but these are people just working. These are people, they're saying they're hitting Home Depots and shopping centers and things like that where these guys hang out for work. So these people are just here trying to work. These not even gangbangers. These aren't MS-13 gang members and stuff like that. These are just Spanish people that's here trying to work, that do jobs and take care of their kids and their family and have a better life. They're not, these aren't the people that voted for Trump because they can't vote. They're not citizens, so, and they're just being rounded up and beaten and put into trucks and taken to places and put into warehouses and mistress
they probably got a quota too. They probably got
jails
a
and all
quota
sorts of
with
things.
them.
Yeah, it's just some Nazi shit. This is Hitler all over again. Only thing they're not doing is gassing these people. But what are they doing with these people? And who's protecting the girls? A lot of these women they snatch up these young Spanish girls. These men are raping these girls and touching them and stuff like that. Who's stopping them? There's no who's stopping them? We don't even know who these guys are. They got masks on. We don't know who these people are. Nobody knows these people. That's why everybody's freaking out. Like, this is not normal. It's not organized. You just got white men with guns and masks
Just
snatching
rounding
brown
them
people
up.
off the streets of America. And there's people saying we didn't vote for this. There's people saying we didn't vote for this. We voted for jobs. We voted for this. We didn't vote for this. This type of America. But there's people enjoying this shit too. They're absolutely enjoying this what's happening right now too. So it's crazy what's going on. It's just crazy.
And I don't know why they didn't think that it was going to get out of hand. First of all, what I know, I'm from Brooklyn. Spanish people, they ain't not going to sit there and allow y'all to just shove their ass back into their oppression. Okay? They like, we're going to cut all y'all messing around with that. It's hard over there. That's why they're here. Again, I feel so sad that they even have to go through it, but I send out prayers, and that's all I can do because I got my own black ass issues.
Yeah, that's true. We got our own issues.
Okay, I'm not being insensitive. It's just it's what can I do? Is send prayers.
But Tiff, we have, like the guy said in the video earlier, we have to pay attention to this because we're next. It don't matter how long we've been here. It don't matter if we're born here. That doesn't stop men with guns jumping out on our black asses, especially when we're by ourselves, especially when we're traveling by ourselves, especially when we're by ourselves, walking to the store or getting out the car at the shopping center or wherever the case may be. These people jump down on you. There's nothing you can do, So when they finish with these people, they're going to come after us because Trump's a white supremacist. And all these somebody had a meme, not a meme, somebody on social media said something that made a lot of sense. He says, you don't see the Klan anymore. You know why? Because they're all ICE agents. They're all ICE agents. They're all,
Well, they the police. They're in the system.
What happened to Kevin? His phone died?
I guess. Know, he just dropped.
All right, so here's some more California, and I don't know why more people aren't in the street. More people should be out in the street.
This is so sad. And we did our part. We did our part. We told everybody not to vote for this guy. We told Black America told everybody not to vote for this guy. We told Hispanics. We told the Indian people. We told everybody not to vote for this guy. And
And
nobody
you
listened.
really thought they was gonna let Kamala in
Nobody
there?
listened. Nobody listened.
Yeah, but they wasn't letting her in there. They would rather that again. I still think it was rigged. Trump got in there because that Elon helped him, but they wasn't letting Kamala in there. So all of this
Well,
going
actually,
on,
you know what, Tiff? She had the numbers. She had the vote. Look at the crowds that woman had. She had massive
yeah,
crowds. Those are
yeah.
voters. Look at that convention she had. Those stadiums sold out every night. You see the crowds she had at her, massive crowds of people,
We're
black,
not saying that
white.
she didn't have the crowd. What they call
Those
it,
are voters. They didn't. Well, when you say they wouldn't let her in, they are
the
the
man, the
people who rigged
system.
the election, because the American people were ready to let her in. They were voting for her. She had the votes. She had the votes. She had the crowds. She had the people. She was supposed to be the next president. The reason she's not the next president is not because they weren't going to let her in. It was those who cheated that didn't want her in. That's like saying, yeah, I mean, she was cheated. That's why she didn't win. American people voted for Kamala Harris to be the next president. I'll take that to my grave.
Okay.
This election was stolen. Yeah, I said it. Okay, that's it. I don't believe nothing else, but
I'm a true believer. I believe it too.
I just think that Donald Trump did what he had to do to stay out of jail, because if he would have lost, he would have went to jail. And he did what he had to do to stay out of jail. And that was cheap.
And that's what happens when you got money and you got the right people in the right places.
Yep, and he's a loser and a thug. And this is America. Tear gas, men in masks with guns, rounding up people. Didn't we see this during the summer of 2020 with George Floyd? Tear gas in the cities, being tear gas, and
none
thousands of
of
people.
those people were at the the insurrection.
No, none of them. None of them. And you don't see a lot. In Black America, we're not going out there and fight for these Spanish people. Yeah, we feel bad about what's happening, but we're not going out there. We're not getting involved in this. Black people ain't going out in these streets. You ain't gonna see nobody out there protesting but white people. We ain't going out there. It's not happening, because we already know at the end of the day, that's what they want anyway, is to get us out in them streets so they can put martial law out on our black asses. It's not happening. We're not going out there.
And I'm not for it. I'll be all right in the house. Thank you.
We're not getting involved. This is not our fight.
We did our marching already. That's my thing. We did our marching. We was already hosed down. German shepherds bit our ass and shit. No, I'm not doing it.
So I was saying, Donna, what up, Donna? Donna agrees with you. And Emma from YouTube, Emma Crawford says that we are next. Black people are next. So,
Yeah, we better pay attention and strategize, strategize and pay attention to what's going on, because we are next. That's what Project 20, Donald Trump is doing everything that was written in Project 2025. All the policies, the legislation, the cutting of education, Medicare, Medicaid, all that stuff is in the 2025 playbook. And he said he knew nothing about it, even though there was a picture of him on the plane, on a private plane with the architect of it.
He's a liar. You know his ass is a goddamn liar.
And black people says this guy does know about Project 2025. Don't vote for him, Hispanic people. Nope, they still wouldn't vote for him. You know why? Because they're convinced that we are their enemies. Let's take the black people out, because they're, divide and conquer. Spanish people want to take us down. So that's why they voted for Trump, because they wanted to rise. And they figured the only way they rise is we fall. And now they wouldn't vote for this fool, and now they're going to fall. It's unbelievable.
Sometimes my choices work, sometimes they don't.
Elections has consequences, as they say. And, the people getting round up right now didn't vote, but Their ancestors did. they're people, people from their country,
Or their cousins, because Spanish, they feel like they're all different. Y'all all came from the same slave masters from what you call that, from Spain and Portugal. Y'all all came from them.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna wrap it up. We want to thank everyone to tune in to watch us. Please like and share. Please like, especially like. Please like the video. Those of you on Instagram, please like and share and hit the notification bell. Also on YouTube, please like and share. Also on Facebook, please like. That's what helps algorithm. That's what helps us, our show to, be shared with other people. We have many people watching, but no one likes. Nobody hits the. How hard is it to hit a like?
We don't ask y'all for no money, no donations, which they are good. Walk-in money 75. Anyway, just please press the like button. You share, leave a comment, let us know. And again, because we didn't do it, because we got straight into conversation, didn't we, Carl and Kev? We just started talking. We do not own the rights to the content. This is fair use only, educational purposes only, entertainment purposes only. And that's what we need you to do is press like and share.
Yes.
And subscribe.
And I'm going to show this one video before we go. This is and I'm absolutely 100% sure this video is only possible because Trump is president. You will see a black student at a college. I'm not sure what you would say, but you will see a white man making monkey noises and doing monkey action at a black.
Right, Carl. Why you want to make me upset at the end of the night?
Damn, Carl. It went out with good music from Atlanta Star. Okay, let's listen.
We got to be careful with that too. Sure.
This is Trump world, and no one can tell me this is not because of Mr. Trump.
Did you see him? It is so bad. Did you see him?
That don't even bother me. They're so
because he's acting himself.
They're so beneath us. It's not even funny.
Right, like he's acting himself. He's like, ooh, you acting just the way you were born, darling, like an animal.
There's levels to this shit. Those things don't even bother me no more, Carl, because I already know the truth. Once you know the truth will set you free.
You understand their behavior.
They know who's in the White House. That's why he feels comfortable doing that.
Yeah, of course.
Trump put a lot of batteries in racist backs and dumbasses' backs.
I like that analogy, Tiffany. He did charge up their batteries.
Yeah,
I like it too. Yeah, that's cool. That's dope. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yep. And now they feel emboldened. They feel like, but why? I don't understand it. I'm baffled by this whole racist shit. I don't know why. What's the problem? As Rodney King said, can anybody just get along?
Okay, but people they can't get along. I told you, sometimes toxic win. People like toxic. It always win. We see it. I mean, come on, you saw how many people supported Mr. Orange, and now you just hear them whining and crying up online. We don't want to hear it. Keep going through it, because he still got what? Another 3 years ago? Has it been a year yet?
No, it hasn't. It's been 146 days.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine another 3.5 years of this dude. Woo!
Tiffany and Kevin, when you guys are out and about, and if you're just in the space, it's you and just one other black person, a couple other black people, do you feel we should speak to each other, even though we don't know each other?
Yes, but it doesn't happen, and it disappoints me all the time.
I'm a little social, but I gotta feel your energy out, because not everybody can be social.
I hate when I see black people and we don't speak. I try to initiate eye contact sometimes when I see black people and they look the other way. They'd rather not just say hello. Especially like if it's a woman, she's definitely gonna try to not say hello because you think, well, I don't know, why do every woman think you want to pick them up? Jesus Christ, they want to say hello because this is natural. Back in the old days, man's tip is for Durrell. How you doing, ma'am? Today, Hey, what's up? How you doing? And they think you're going after you want something from them. So
Right. Well, I mean, that's because and Tiffany can speak to this. You smile with a man, he thinks you want to go to bed, right? You see
Yeah. And
him
I
that
don't even
small.
think
I
of it.
disagree with that. I think a man. I think that's just I think that's a stereotype, Carl.
A lot of women that to me
I
that
mean, look. I'm not Billy D. Williams,
I
but
was about to say you don't have no split. So
women
you
speak to me
don't
all the
know.
time. I get spoke to a lot by women, and I don't think everybody speaks to me wants to go to bed with me. I think women just speak to me because I smile a lot. When I'm out, I look friendly. I look
All right.
approachable.
Well,
If
let
I'm
me
walking to the grocery store, if I'm going to the grocery store and I see a lady walking towards me with a cart and she nods at me first, I speak back, and sometimes I speak to her first.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that women have told me if they're out and a guy looks at them and they smile, he think that's an opening. You know what I mean? Because you seem
He's 100% right.
yes.
Listen, Kev, everybody goes through different things, every woman, and I believe that because I have been through that. I know that most of the time that men are talking to me, they're trying to spank me, okay? And not in a bad way. All right. So I get it. I get it. Call you 100% right. Most of the time, you might have one that really don't want to pay you no attention, but I can't say that either. I think every man that says something to me, or they greet me or something, they trying to get at me, and I be 100% true.
And
That's got to be a rough way to think to have an existence. If that's
No,
the
it
case.
happens. It happens. Let me tell you something. Men is a different breed. You should know you're a man. Sure.
And that's a lot of women, especially attractive women. A lot of celebrities. I think it was not Beyonce, Maya, one of these girls said that she was single because men don't try to pick her up. And people are like, "You're single?" Yeah, nobody approaches me. And that's
No,
why.
no, no. That's also that too. But I'm gonna be honest. Most of the men, if they do come for me, I call them brave because a lot of men don't come to me and talk to me. It's like a two-way. It's like a two-way. The ones that we want to talk to us, but the ones we don't want to talk to, they talk to us. They are offering all that.
Well, I would
Hey,
tell you
babe.
what's going on, Tiffany. The reason nobody talks to you because Carl and I put the word out that you like to eat at expensive restaurants.
Wait a minute. Why my nephew? When you saw me last week, my nephew had took me to Bonefish. Y'all heard of Bonefish?
Yes.
And let me tell you something. I had to tell my mother afterwards, that this was a very 5-star restaurant because she probably wouldn't have ate, or she probably would have cried because of the price. But it was very good.
Yeah,
It
Bonefish
was
got some good
amazing.
food. I miss Bonefish. We had one right around the corner from my crib, but they went out of business. We don't know how the hell it went out of business because it was always packed and they're expensive as hell. But they shut down in my hood, so my
I
Bonefish
heard
has
they
been
got one in
gone.
Long Island. Y'all want to go?
Yeah, we should go to Long. You've been there before, Carl?
I haven't been there now.
Bonefish Grill. Yeah, they got them
Yeah,
in Connecticut, I
Bonefish
believe too.
Grill.
Yeah, they got. I go get the bang bang shrimp. I love it.
Oh, listen to Bang Bang. I took a picture of it. If y'all looked, I did my pictures. I put my pictures up of my vacation,
Oh, yeah, check out
and
your
I
bang
had
bang
some of
shrimp.
the Bam Bam shrimp, and it was
Yeah, they're good.
good.
They're good. Yeah. No, we
And
do that.
they cauliflower too. They cauliflower tastes like it tastes very Asian, like a General Tso's chicken,
They got good
but
food. They
it's
do a good
clever.
job. Bonefish Grill call. We're gonna check it out. We're gonna do that. They're not super expensive, Tiff. They're not overpriced. They're not cheap, but they're not gonna break your wallet.
No, but to be honest with you, I had to express to my mother, my nephew was the one that picked the restaurant out. So he knew what was going on and he knew what was in the menu. So him and his girlfriend, they like that restaurant. Shout out to them. I know y'all was like, who that white woman?
It's
That's
all
my
good.
nephew's wifey.
It's all good. It's all good. And
Mhm.
and and I know. Tell your mom we'll take her to the Waffle House.
Oh, listen, we love Waffle House. I didn't, matter of fact, did I get my mother Waffle House this time? No, she didn't come with us. I took me and my nephew and my niece out to Waffle House. But let me tell y'all a quick thing. While my niece went and got little Tupperware and she bought Bojangles back. She brought back Southern food back,
Wow.
some whole cakes. Okay, you know the whole cakes that look like pancakes. She
Yeah.
bought all of that and put it all her bag and got to the plane. Right while I'm about to we going through TSA, and they pull her bag through. And then the lady looked at me and said, "Ma'am, is this your bag?" I said, "No, no, that's not my bag, because I was not getting locked up today." Okay. That lady opened that bag and was like, "Oh, it smells good in here, girl. What did you pack up?" She saw how neatly and nice. I said, "Yeah, they're gonna lock her ass up." They checked and it was like, "You good, girl. Talk to you later."
I stopped at a Waffle House last night in Maryland, Aberdeen, Maryland, which is about 40 miles, 30 miles north of Baltimore, heading towards Delaware. So I was driving back to New York last night because Patricia wanted grits and sausage for breakfast. Uh, so I'll stop at Waffle House. Every time I go to Maryland or anywhere, yeah, I always bring her home some Waffle House. We don't have them here in New York.
No, we don't. It's only that's a southern thing.
Southern
I
thing. So I
love
stopped
their
at a Waffle House.
raisin toast with the apple butter.
Yeah, they got some good food at the Waffle House.
Mm-hmm.
Got us some grits and some sausage and brought it home.
All right. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone that watched the show. Thank you so much. Like I said, like, share, subscribe to our channel. And before we go, Tiffany, anything you want to share that you learned on today's show?
Listen, we learned a lot. We learned a lot. We learned that the MAGA is quiet. Y'all stay quiet. We was sick of y'all anyway. Y'all not on the payroll anymore, so we not listening for y'all. Okay. Brian McKnight. My thing is, I don't know how it feels to lose a child. But I saw my mother outside looking in, and I hope that he makes some peace with his family and with his other children. You know, what else? It's just a lot. The LA thing that's going on. We send prayers out to them. Please teach your children to don't go nowhere with no strangers, please. Okay, don't trust nobody. And this is in New York. This is the June month, graduation time. Shout out to all the graduates and our young people going to the next level. And nothing but love for everybody. And thank you again for tuning in with us.
All right. Kevin, anything you want to share? You want to tell Patricia how much you love her? And
Yeah, because you in trouble once you get off this line.
I told her how much I loved her last night when I broke my drive and went to a Waffle House in Aberdeen, Maryland, which is known for the Ku Klux Klan, by the way.
Oh no! So you trying to say she sent you
into
out here on the?
No, I'm serious. When we're kids, when we grew up in PG County, Maryland, which is about the suburb. PG County, Maryland is the suburbs of Washington D.C. basically, and we all knew that Aberdeen, Maryland, that neck of the woods was KKK territory. We knew that from kids, and nothing's changed all these years later. It's still KKK territory. It's a little bit more populated with black people now, because they build houses everywhere now and condos everywhere now and shopping centers. So it's a big difference now. I went to Wegmans last night in Aberdeen,
I love Wegmans.
and I love Wegmans. Went to Wegmans last night. Bought a seeded watermelon. I walked to Aberdeen with a big ass watermelon in my hand, and then I went to the Waffle House. But yeah, Aberdeen is very used to be Klan country back in the day. So, but I stopped off and got my wifey some grits and all that good stuff. So, next week, by the way, is the biggest holiday in American history, Father's Day. So.
Yes, happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Nobody celebrates Father's Day. We'll get a cactus plant or something, and maybe get some $5 gift certificate to Dunkin' Donuts or something like that.
Oh, you
Nobody
throwing
like
shade
Mother's Day is
at the
to
women?
celebrate. Mother's Day and Father's Day are night and day in the car. Night and day. Those two holidays are night and day. Mother's Day is like the restaurants are sold out. You got to get reservations to go to Red Lobster. Sold out. We got no more room. Father's Day is, man, nobody cares.
Yeah. True. Absolutely true, Kev. No one cares about Father's Day. And one day
I care.
we have to do a show about how no one cares about men's feelings.
Yeah, we're going to do that too. We'll do a show on that coming up. Absolutely correct.
I
Absolutely correct.
care. I love y'all. I had a daddy, so I don't.
I
I
have a
loved
daddy
my
too.
daddy.
I know you do. We're all about daddies, but still,
Yes.
our daddies don't get the same love mommies get.
No, we are underappreciated.
And we needed y'all sperm. We
Remember
needed y'all sperm.
Remember Bill Cosby's joke? He says, I took my son out. You take your son out, you throw the ball to him, teach him how to catch the ball, teach him how to run the ball, teach him how to play the sports. And as soon as he gets on, when he becomes a professional athlete, he gets on national television, first thing he says is, "Hi, Mom."
Absolutely.
I did all that work for him to get on TV and go, "Hi, Mom." Yep. So that's the way it goes.
Well, at least you know the kids call your name first when they babies. They don't say mama first. They say dada.
That is true. My son did say that first.
Really?
Yes.
I thought they would say the lady shoving the breast in their mouth first, mama. I thought that would say that dude, like,
No, because you mad because you can't shove yours because you can't produce milk. You should be happy.
All right, we're gonna close out the show with my favorite, the kids dancing. I love these. These kids make me so happy when I see them dancing. Tony, I love you so much. Kevin, I love you, brother. I want to
love you, man. Tiff.
Thank you to Donna. Donna, thank you so much. Emma Crawford, thank you for checking in. Gina, our resident millionaire, thank you so much for checking in.
My sister Nicole. We got Emma.
Highly favored. Thank you so much for checking in. Mars Lowell checked in. Miss B checked in. These are all the people on YouTube and a bunch of, I can't get everyone. Scooby D2, who's probably sleeping by now. Sharon checking in. Charlene, my friend from Massachusetts, thank you also for checking in. We appreciate and love all of you guys. Everyone on Instagram and all on Facebook also, thank you.
Yeah, everybody on my page, on Facebook, on my YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in with us.
Yes, and we will see you guys next Sunday, Father's Day, while and Kevin and I would prove to Tiffany that no one cares about.
No one cares. Not give a damn.
Oh, please.
All right, everybody, we'll see you guys next Sunday.
I'll show y'all my cactus plant.
With the knowledge you gain, break away from the chains. We helping you grow the Black Therapy Show. You be in a safe space, dealing with the black trauma. We unpacking and inspecting all our baggage and drama. Cause we gotta unite, no more killing each other. It's time to see a new future for my sisters and brothers. You know with Kevin, Carl, and Tiffany, you'll have an epiphany. We'll give you everything you need to handle the enemy. We be giving you empathy, we gon' challenge you mentally. The right conversation so you grow exponentially. We built your penitentiaries, we built all the schools. Gave us brainwash education, just making us fools. Hatred was what we got in exchange for love. No more manipulation from my God above. No, it's Carl, Kevin, and Tiffany. Now welcome to the Black Therapy Show. Let's go.